Hello again, guys, and welcome to the Mill Social Talk podcast. We're going to be talking today with Deon. And Deon, if you don't know Deon has been in a business for a long time. She's been in the Caribbean community. Most people know who she is. If you don't know who she is, you will know who she is today. We're going to go ahead and introduce you to Deon. However, I want you to know that you can always connect with us at millsreal.com or my phone number 773-895-6284. Or my office number 773-764-9547. So if you want to know more about what we do or what we're about, please connect with us. But today's about Deon. Today's about knowing who she is. I am interested because Deon haven't spoken to her in a while, so I asked her to come by and have a talk with us. Deon has been in the community for a long time, and she knows a lot of people. So you guys are gonna have some interesting conversation today. All right. So Deon, tell us who you tell the folks out there who don't know who you are and what you've been doing during COVID. It's very important during COVID.
Oh, especially
COVID.
Okay.
And then we're gonna have some topics about the Caribbean month because it's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it's COVID, Caribbean month is still important to us. So we're gonna talk about that also. So let's get started and tell us what you've been doing and over the past year and 14 months.
Actually, it's not even a year and 14 months.
Well, no, you answered like 14 months.
No, what I say is this is the 16th month of 2020.
Oh, okay. So we don't want to
2021 hasn't started yet for me because nothing about COVID's changed.
Okay.
Everybody's still doing the same thing. So we're in the 23rd day of the 16th month of 2020.
I like that.
Right?
You see what I'm saying? I like that. So 2021 hasn't started
No. We haven't had a new year yet.
Okay. So when do you expect to get a new year?
As soon as COVID's gone.
Well, that may be 2022.
Well, then 2020 will just keep moving, right?
All right, well, I'm gonna take that. So what have you been doing in 2020?
So what I've been doing for the last 16 months of 2020, I tell everybody this: if you come out of COVID the same way you went in, something's wrong with you.
Okay.
Because for me, COVID was, for those who believe in a supreme being, COVID was the divine master's way of saying, be still and know that I am.
I got that. I totally get that.
Right?
Be still and know that I am.
Be still and know that I am.
Yeah.
Now, in the time that you were being still, you were supposed to be meditating, drawing closer to him, trying to figure out a way how to improve yourself.
Okay. I've done that. We'll talk about that.
Yeah. So you're not supposed to come out of COVID the same way you went in, because you had all the time that you would have been out and about with friends and too busy. And now you had all the time in the world to sit down and really focus on making yourself better, making your business better, making your community better, whatever plans it was you needed to put in place.
True.
You had the time to sit down and do all of that over the last 16 months. So that's what I've been doing.
Okay.
I have earned certifications from being a travel agent, certifications in the health field, certifications in the mortgage industry. I've sat down and I was still and learned. So I'm not coming out of 2020 the same way I went in. I'm coming out better.
So let's tap into those certifications. How can you help someone based on your certification?
Well, now my nationality is a Jamaican, right?
Absolutely.
And if you remember in Living Color, what they used to say in Living Color is Jamaicans, they have 50 million jobs.
Okay.
So now it depends on which job you want me to pull out, because I went into COVID and I came out. I am a contact tracer.
Okay, you're we know what that is. Okay.
So I am a certified contact tracer. And for those who don't know what a contact tracer is, I have earned my certification from Stanford University. I've earned my certification from ASHTO. which is part of the CDC. I've earned my certification from the CDC itself as a contact tracer. So I have 3 certifications in contact tracing.
Okay. From different organizations.
From different organizations.
Okay. To of course, we know what contact tracers are.
And for those who don't know what a contact tracer is, a contact tracer is the person who, if you've been diagnosed with COVID, my job is to find out who you have been in contact with, whether directly or indirectly, to let them know that they've been exposed to the COVID virus and they need to go get tested to find out if they themselves are positive. So that was one of the first certifications I earned. Okay. And that was back in March last year. Really? So long before everybody knew anything about contact tracing. The minute I heard about COVID-19 and how it was going to impact the world.
Well, you know what I'm saying? It is a world.
You know, if you know anything about viruses and how they work, you know that part of the research has to do with contact tracing. So I decided I was going to go ahead.
How long was that? Is this a certification?
The class?
The class, yeah.
6 weeks.
6 weeks, okay. So what else have you been done?
So after I did that, and while everybody was in a panic, you know, you brought up the fact that I'm Caribbean. Yeah. And one of the things I have always done, and over the years, and like you said, if anybody knows me, knows that I try to promote anything and everything that has to do with the Caribbean community in the city of Chicago.
And we know that, yes. Well, for those who don't know that,
right. And so, but whether it is an event, a networking event, a festival, some way, some form, it's tied to the culture and it's tied to educating you about the culture of the Caribbean. And so when everything started shutting down like everybody else, I had to pivot.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And so I wasn't able to promote the Caribbean in its sense here in Chicago. And brainstorming, I sat down and said, okay, so I've been educating everybody in the city of Chicago about the Caribbean. How can I tie that into sitting down, not being able to go anywhere? And that's when I decided that, okay, I have been promoting the culture of the Caribbean in Chicago. Now it's time, and I've been doing that for over 15 years. So now it's time to go from staying in the city of Chicago and learning about the Caribbean and taking you to the Caribbean. So I became a travel agent. And I became certified. I am a certified Caribbean travel specialist.
So, okay, so, and that's an interesting move, because of course, most people go online and they typed in, I want to go to the Caribbean, and they book a ticket.
Right.
So how do you help now that you're certified? Okay, maybe I should change it around. What's the difference in someone saying, okay, I want to go to Jamaica, Jamaican Airlines, I'll book a ticket. What's your edge?
My edge in becoming a travel specialist for the Caribbean is because, as much as I love you out there in Mill's world, I'm not taking you to the Caribbean. I'm taking you off the beaten path.
Okay.
My specialty with the Caribbean is I am a cultural travel specialist.
Now that's the difference.
I don't want you to come to me and tell me you want to go to Sandals, because I'm going to tell you, you can go stay downtown at the Congress Hotel and look out at Lake Michigan and act like you're in a resort and tell me that you've been to Jamaica. No.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So you're looking at where the real folks live. Where the,
when you come to me and tell me you want to go to Belize, Jamaica, Trinidad, I'm going to tell you, if you are not looking for an off the beaten path experience, I am not your travel specialist.
That's a great thing, because a lot of us go on vacation and we stay in the big hotels near the beach.
Mhm.
And we say we've been to Jamaica, we've been
Yes,
to, you know what I'm saying?
yes. You say,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. If you want to say that you've been to the beach, you can just stay down on Congress.
Right,
Look
right.
out at Lake Michigan
And you've been to the
and
beach.
say you've been to the beach. I want you to come and see the Caribbean, immerse yourself into the culture. So my off the beaten path adventures, you're not going to stay at a resort, you're going to stay at a guest house.
Okay.
You're not going to eat hamburgers and French fries. You're going to eat escovitch fish and jerk chicken cooked on the side of the road.
In Callaloo.
And Callaloo,
I'm
yes.
saying.
And Ackee and
And Ackee and
Saltfish.
Saltfish.
Yes, you're not going to stay at the resort. I'm going to take, and you're going to, for instance,
Okay.
this January coming, January 2022.
Right.
If God spares our life and COVID gives us a rest, I'm planning a 420 cultural experience. And for those people who have no idea about 420, for my weed aficionados, it's a 420 tour through Jamaica.
How long?
It's a week tour.
It's a week.
Yes.
So,
And yes, you'll get to smoke and yes, you can eat, but that's not what I want people to understand, that there is more to the cannabis industry in Jamaica besides smoking. There is clothing being made. I can take you to where Bob Marley grew up. I can take you to where the weed farm is and teach you how it's cultivated, how it's grown, how they make clothes, wine.
yeah, I've heard of the wine.
Edibles,
Yeah, I've heard of the wine.
everything you can think of, you will get, and it culminates at the end of that with the biggest festival that celebrates the culture of the cannabis industry in Jamaica.
So I'm not aware of that. There's a
Festival.
that
Yes.
ah.
Yes, that's the focus of the festival.
What's the
There
name?
is no alcohol served at this festival.
Wow.
You can eat and there's no meat. It is a totally vegan, totally vegan festival that celebrates the culture of
Wow.
Jamaica. And any artist you would ever want to see crosses the stage at this festival over 2
How many
days.
days?
2 days.
Is it 2 day festival?
Mhm.
What's the name of the festival?
Rebel Salute.
Rebel Salute.
Yes.
Okay. So we're talking.
So
no
that's
meat.
what I mean when I
What?
say I'm taking you off the beaten path. You would never get this kind of adventure staying at a resort.
Well, yeah, because of course you're gonna get hamburgers and fried chicken and all that U.S. stuff that you get.
Yes, but I'm going to wake you up in the morning and tell you, let's go, because there's a wheat farmer who's waiting for us. And we're going to walk through the hills and we're going to go look how it's planted and how it's cultivated. And you're going to learn how to cut it. And you're going to learn how to roll it. And you're going to learn how to smoke it if that's what you want to do. And then you're going to learn how to make clothes from it. And you're going to learn how to eat some of the edibles. And you're going to, all of that. Off the beaten path.
I mean, and not to go on on a tangent, but there's so many things that you can do with marijuana.
Right.
I mean, there's so many medication,
right.
I'm sure they use it for all kinds of medication.
Everything you want to learn about this will be done in the 420 Cultural Tour of Jamaica, January 16th through the 22nd of 22. That is my intent. So that's when I say I had to pivot. I had to take something from Chicago and figure out how to tie it to the Caribbean to get people to say, okay, I have ate jerk chicken in Chicago, but have you truly eaten jerk chicken? Because you've never really tried jerk chicken until you've gone to Boston. That's the original home of jerk in Jamaica, and had it authentically eaten. So I'm taking you off the beaten path. I'm taking you on a tour of all the jerk joints, and we're going to end up in Boston, where you're going to eat some authentic jerk chicken.
So,
Off
you
the
know,
beaten
as,
path.
as, I'm, as I'm thinking about it, I'm just going to imagine, you know, getting up in the morning and maybe go swimming, you know, instead of swimming at the beach, you swim in a river,
Right.
or something like that, you know, that we're like, for those who have never been to the Caribbean,
Right.
you know, I mean, yeah, we have beaches, but we swim in the river a lot.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
we don't, yeah, only tourists go to
Only
beaches.
tourists go to the beach. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's true, you know, we go to the river, go to certain falls, go,
Right, right.
different things.
And there are so many undiscovered falls in the Caribbean.
Yeah, there is.
And some of them are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But you will never know that because most people go and stay at a resort.
Well, because most people go as tourists.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I think that would be a great thing for those who are going, because you really see who Jamaican is.
Yes.
Who the back alley is, and the lady who can cook on the outside. And I want you to fire.
We don't do fires. We run a boat. We put 3 stones, put a pot on top of it, put some fire under the pot, put some food in the pot.
You got the boat.
And we sit down and wait for the boat to land.
Not a fire heart.
No.
Same thing. I mean, it's about cooking outside.
Right.
So you cook everything outside, not inside on the stove.
Right.
And I'm telling you, for those who don't know,
the best
food,
eating will ever do
is cooking outside.
Oh.
You don't get it until you get it.
And you can only get that if you go off the beaten path.
Off the beaten path.
Yeah.
So
that's and my travel company is called Steel Pan Adventures.
Oh, just going to ask you that. What's the company name and how do they get a hold of you?
Steel Pan Adventures. They can find me on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook. It is Facebook Steel Pan Adventures. Just put it in and you'll get it. My website, Stealing Time.
Stealing Time.
StealingTime.com. Stealing, STEELING. Stealing Time.
Again, we're talking to Deon, and Deon has been a incredible person and an incredible resource for me, doing business in Chicago. So I want you to support her. We have known each other for a long time, and we have done a lot of stuff together. Again, this is Leroy at Mills Realty. As we continue to talk to Deon, you can go to the Mills Social Talk iPod, or go to millsreal.com and connect with us. Now, we can talk about this for a while. We have done, let's just recap.
Okay.
Because, we have done a radio show together.
Yes.
Last year.
Yes.
And so we talked a lot about, bringing people into the business of buying homes. And I remember, and you were passionate. We did a lot of stuff. We did a lot of seminars. We did, because the reason why
first home buyer seminar, credit education seminar.
I just want to recap a lot of stuff that we have done so that folks don't know this is not the first time we were talking. This has been where we have talked for so long, and we have brought so many people in the business. We have brought people. We have
helped them purchase property, purchase their first property, purchase investment property.
People who think they couldn't buy,
bought.
They end up buying.
People who thought they weren't ready were ready. Yeah. People who thought they were ready, we had to get them ready.
Yeah.
So we've done a lot.
We've done a lot for people.
Yes.
A lot for.
And that comes from one of our goals has always been to educate the community on real estate investment and owning property.
Yes, we could. I remember when we started this process, we were like, we were going to try to get. I think one year we said we were going to try to get 14 first-time home buyers.
That was our goal.
That was our goal.
And our first year, I think we ended up with 25.
Yes, I think it was 22 or 25.
22 or 25.
Yeah,
our initial goal was 14. If we got 14, we would be.
Oh, yeah. We did.
At the end of the year, when we recapped, we had 25.
Yeah. So we have done. So Deon has been instrumental in just trying to bring people into the business and let because a lot of us rent.
Yes.
And so we were instrumental in just bringing that to the table and say, hey, we got to buy. We had the radio show for WHPK for quite a while, and we intended going back to that. By the way, we just during COVID, we can't do that yet.
Right.
So, but that's one of the things I want folks to know, that we have done this. This is not our first rodeo.
No, not at all.
And we're not going to stop stop doing this. So we have done that, and I want to kind of just let folks know where we came from, right? And all the people you have brought my way to help nourish them into the business, owning their own home, all the Caribbean folks that we've put into homes. We'll help them with their credit. We've done all this. So this is not our first rodeo.
No, this is not. So when I talk about repairing credit, building credit, building business credit, helping first-time home buyers and explaining to them all the opportunities there is to help them get into their first property or help them get into their first home. No, it's not our first rodeo. We've been riding this horse for a while.
I want to come back to you because there's one other certification that you did, mortgage inspector.
Yes.
And tell me a little about that.
A mortgage service inspector.
Mortgage. So that's. I mean, I have an idea, but you can give me an idea what that is.
I did tell you I was Jamaican, right?
Yeah. So she has what, 9,000 jobs, right? That's okay.
And this is the 9,001.
And one job.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I became a certified mortgage field service inspector.
Okay.
And what that person does is you have inspectors, and most people know of real estate home inspectors.
Yes.
That person is looking out for either the buyer or the seller. So they're looking out for things that might go wrong with the property,
right. Inspection,
fix and take off, add on, make adjustments at the closing table based on the things the inspector finds. A mortgage field inspector, my job is to protect the purse.
Yes. Okay.
So
protect the lender.
The lender.
Yeah.
My job is to protect the lender. So my job is to go and make sure that a house that is vacant hasn't been vandalized, damaged by any way by the person who moved out. Make sure it's in, I won't say working order because you have to make sure it's winterized.
Okay.
So that there's no damage caused because of winter. So no frozen pipes, no.
So, okay. So, and I totally get what you're saying. So you're basically, but you guys, well, no, you wouldn't do what's called the BPO. You guys inspect the home, but you don't. All right, so I imagine.
And I have no contact with the residents.
Right, the owner.
No.
Realtors or brokers like us would do a BPO. You guys would probably go in, make sure the home is in good shape. We come back and we do the BPO for the lender, which is cool. So that's what you're doing for the lender. So that's just saying, if you've been a home and Deon has gotten certified 3 times.
Yes.
Right. So these are just like income streams that you can have.
Yes.
Just you're home or you're out of a job. I mean, there's what, 9,000 people now?
Yes.
9 million people still out of a job.
Yes.
So you can go ahead and do, and there's a lot of stuff.
The best part about being a mortgage field inspector, and if you're interested, you can always find me. Like I said, DML Consulting Group. Find me on Facebook. Link me up. Phone number is 773-273-9545 is the business phone number. The best part about it is I stay in my car and do my job.
Okay, so I don't
have to intermingle with anybody. So if you have a fear of COVID or whatever, everything is done outside. I'm looking at the house from a distance. If the house is not occupied, I can walk up to the window. I can take pictures through the window. I can do all of that. If the house is occupied, I don't talk to the people who are in there. I don't have any discussion with them.
You're just checking on the house.
I'm just checking on the house, making sure it's okay for the lender.
For the lender. And these are just things that's some of the things that we can do.
Yes.
And just so you know, I want to put it out there for myself. Last Friday, I got certified.
Yay.
As a community association manager. What that is that I have now the ability to manage multi-million-dollar properties.
See?
And I did that during COVID.
See, like I said, you cannot come out of COVID the way you went in. You've got to come out better. Right. And one of the things everybody should be looking at is how can I make some money? Because everybody pivoted.
You have to.
And there is so many different
angles.
Actually, I shouldn't even say everybody pivoted, because when you pivot, you make a turn.
Yeah.
We just kind of ease sideways.
Yeah.
Because we ain't quite done pivoting
No,
yet.
not yet.
So
Not yet.
we're just in the quarter turn,
Yeah.
probably a half turn. We
Probably
haven't
half a turn,
pivoted
yeah.
all the way because we still have the other half of the circle to complete. So we just kind of went halfway.
Yes.
Haven't
Yes.
quite pivoted, but
Yeah, I had to pivot. I didn't have to pivot. I just added more
yes.
certification to my,
Yes.
to my office so that we can now manage a
Make
multi
yourself
yeah,
more marketable.
That's
Yes.
all.
And that's
so-
all everybody should have figured out is how to make themselves more marketable.
Absolutely. I mean, now what we want to do is I want to turn to June.
Caribbean American Heritage
It
Month.
is our month.
And a lot of people do not know that in 2006,
I remember when we actually got
George
it.
Bush
Yeah.
signed it into law
Yeah.
that June is officially Caribbean
Caribbean month.
American Heritage Month. And unfortunately, or fortunately, a lot of times June gets overshadowed because it's also LGBTQ
Right.
month.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people celebrate that. But on the other side, there's 36 flags that need to fly.
Yes. Yes.
And, just to make sure that in 2019, the Puerto Ricans,
Mhm.
a big Caribbean community here, had a parade
Yes. I remember.
down on Michigan, down on Columbus Drive.
Drive, yes.
And I put a float in it called the Rest of the Caribbean. I don't know if you remember, it had all the flags of the Caribbean countries flying on it, because I wanted everybody to know that besides Puerto Rico, there were 35 other countries in the Caribbean.
In the Caribbean.
Mhm.
So what are we doing, or what do you intend to do, or what's the plan?
Okay, so
What's
the
the plan?
plan is, and I'm gonna tag you on it so then
Absolutely.
people can pick up the tag off of your
Yeah.
page. So June 4th, we
Yes.
are doing a virtual opening ceremony for Caribbean American Heritage Month.
Okay,
So everything I would have normally done had I been at the Thompson Center or
Yeah,
Truman
Truman.
College or someplace where I could hold the opening ceremony, I'm going to do it online. So
Okay,
you're going to
but
have
hold on.
speakers and you're going to have cooking demonstrations and there's going to be DJs and carnival performers, everything that you would have seen in
However,
person.
though, so do you think, just a thought,
Mhm.
we had about 50% vaccinated.
Mhm.
Is there a possibility of coming together?
Eventually, I think.
Well, I mean, even June, because right now it's April.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I would assume that everything will be at 100% capacity by June.
And you know what? I am planning for all the people who are still a little camera shy.
Right, because there's some people who don't have
who don't want to
Right.
go. There's still people who will not take the vaccine. There are people
Right.
who insist and they're not going to take the vaccine. And just because of that, I'm gonna keep it virtual.
But will we have a sort of a get together?
Eventually,
And then
it's
virtual.
something. Well, in June 4th will be opening ceremony for Caribbean American Heritage Month.
Okay.
What I'm planning to do for all those who want to get together
Folks want to get, because people are, a lot of us got the vaccine.
is to do a journey through the Caribbean in Chicago, where we get a chance once a week or maybe twice a week over the month of June to meet up at a different Caribbean restaurant. So whether it's Puerto Rican, Cuban, Jamaican, Trinidad, whatever, we meet up and get a taste of the Caribbean.
There you go.
By going this way, we get to support a lot of these establishments
Correct.
that's been hurt by COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And plus we get a chance to mix and mingle with them.
Yeah, it'd be a good idea to, because there's some probably Caribbean businesses that we don't know.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that we, I don't know if we talked about that, to maybe get a library of a directory of some of that.
I'm working on that too.
You are?
Yes. My job is to go around and collect all the information about anything and everything Caribbean in the state of Illinois and try to condense it and have it all into one place where people will have access to it. So we got Caribbean Food Week.
Yeah, we do.
And that's in June. Look out for that. We've got the opening ceremony, and we're going to figure out ways to highlight everybody.
Yeah, it's not a bad. I mean,
when you think about it, we have as the Attorney General for the state of Illinois, Kwame Raoul,
yeah,
who was
wow.
Haitian,
Yeah, of course.
right?
Yeah.
Our Lieutenant Governor, well, she's
She's
Jamaican by injection.
she's Jamaican.
Yeah, her husband is
She's
Jamaican.
Jamaican.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll leave that there.
You know, our Caribbean people understand what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying? But we have a lot of, I mean, we have
we have
a lot of Caribbean people
in high places
yeah.
or in industries that we are not privy to.
Yeah.
And so we're going to try and highlight them, you know, and we want everybody to get on board with the Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable initiative to rename Lakeshore Drive Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable.
Okay.
Drive, because the city of Chicago was founded by a Caribbean
guy, yeah.
Jean-Baptiste
yeah.
Point du Sable from Haiti, and we think it's time that he gets his full
yeah,
honors. I mean, that little teeny bust they have of him at the corner of Michigan and Wacker Drive does him a true disservice when, you know, everybody else has monuments all around the city. We're working right now. I'm part of a coalition with Ephraim Martin of Martin's International, and we're working to get Lakeshore Drive renamed Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable Drive.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So we would love
you get information.
Everybody to get behind
so,
that
so,
initiative.
So where do we sign up and what do we do?
I'll put the link on Mills. I'll connect it to Mills Realty, and if we can get as many people to sign on so that when we go see the mayor, she can understand that there's a army coming with us. It's not just us coming by ourselves.
I think that'd be a great thing because it was founded by Jean-Baptiste.
We'd also like his, you know, Caribbean American history taught in the schools, but that's another.
Yeah,
that's a battle for.
That's a battle to be. All right, guys, we're coming to the end of the show. Again, this is Leroy at Mills Realty, manager broker at Mills Realty, and this is the Mills Social Talk podcast. So you can connect with us at millsreal.com. I mean, me and Deon, we can talk for a while, but we're going to bring Deon back on another time because of the fact that we have spent so much time together, and I want you guys to just right now just get a taste of Deon. I mean, we have as the summer comes and as the you know, as we get into more stuff, we will be coming back and tell you guys more of what we're doing and how you can help, whether it's getting in touch with the Caribbean American Month, whatever we're doing. Deon will be here to kind of to give you guys that information. We'll have that link on our website, millsreal.com, anything that's available. And you can call us 773-764-9547. That is our office number. Deon, you want to say something before we leave?
Sure. You can find me on Facebook, DML Consulting Group. My phone number is 773-273-9545 for any questions to do with travel, Caribbean American Heritage Month, how I can help you with your business credit, your personal credit, anything along that line. Oh, and I'm an event planner. So if you have a festival or a wedding or anything else like that.
You know what? One thing I want to say. I just want to wrap it up, and you guys can connect with me. There is in 2020, the Biden put out a new mortgage. It's called Smart Buy.
Yes.
I'm not sure if anyone. It's just the end of it. It just kind of dawned on me. I'm going to reach out to Guarantee Rate. They're the ones trained on this. And the plan is, not the plan, you can pay off $40,000 of your student loan with the Biden plan.
Yes.
I mean, there's not a lot of hope, but you have to be a first.
I need to get educated on this because I know a whole lot of first. As a matter of fact, I was talking to a young lady who is graduating from nursing school in May. And she said to me, Mama D, as soon as I get my job steady, I need you to get me into income property, but I need you to tell me how these student loans are going to affect me. So I need to figure that out so that
we need to figure it out. We've talked about it. I actually have a person from the Caribbean that's just got into the program. So they in last year, December, or this year, the Biden administration will be able to pay off. You'll be able to pay off up to $40,000 of your student loan.
As a first-time home buyer.
Of a first-time home buyer.
Okay.
Or if you have not purchased a property for 3 years,
Mhm.
you automatically becomes a first-time buyer. If you had a home and 3 years has passed and you haven't had one, you automatically is now a first-time buyer, right? If you haven't had it before.
Right.
So that's something I want you guys to look for. I'll be interviewing guarantee rate, and that's coming up next week, but look out for that. And he will give you all the details about what needs to be done. I do have the details already. However, I will have the loan officer explain that to you guys once I hope you can follow us on the podcast, so you will know $40,000 of your loan can be paid off with this new mortgage plan. It's called a Smart Buy. You can look it up, Google it. It's called a Smart Buy. So I'm glad I remember that information. So guys, we'll have this information at the Mill Social. Check us out at the Mill Social 1. All right. Call us at 773-895-6284. That's my personal number, or my office number, 773-764-9547. And you can always call us at millsreal.com. Thank you guys, and we'll talk to you soon next time.
Next time.